So what were some of the takeaways from the opener?
I mean, we're beyond the opener.
Right.
We work on it every day, and then you get beyond it in Stanford. I think that all things considered, first day, first event of the year, hey, good job.
Mm-hmm.
Keep improving. Keep working. Keep improving. Do what you need to do in all the areas that you need to improve. Even the ones that you think you're great at, just keep improving. Just get yourself as close to bulletproof as possible.
What did Ryder Block show you with the way that he finished his match, getting a late takedown and then that ride out, for his first match?
The ride out is very important part of that. You said it, I didn't, but that's what you go to. In the past, I'm not sure that match wouldn't have went to overtime. Ryder Block put the clamps on him, and when he went ahead with whatever it was to go, he kept him down. And that's important, finishing periods on top, and especially finishing the third period on top when the difference is going to overtime or not. And so great awareness of what he had to do there. And then also that takedown, pretty aware where his ankles were. There's a lot of ankle biting these days, and, his ankles weren't able to be grabbed. We got to keep getting better there, and we got to keep improving in the areas that we need to improve. And what those are specifically doesn't matter. Ryder Block knows what those are specifically, and that goes for, the first question here, everybody in our lineup and on our roster, and we got Stanford coming to town.
With Stanford, that's a program that brings a lot of ranked wrestlers to town. So what are you kind of looking forward to getting the most out of that?
I don't know if I'm aware of, they have a lot of ranked wrestlers. I know that they have capable guys. That's what I'm aware of. I know that it's another event where you're going to get the best from your opponent, and so you got to get ready to go.
Is Ja'Cory Tier missed that last duel? Is he expected to come in? I know he's in the problem.
I addressed that at the last duel, and yes, he will be in the lineup.
Drake Ayala came through and dominated in that first duel. What did you like from him starting the season out that way?
I like that he just kept going. And, right now in my mind, I see the Energizer Bunny. Something like that, Keep it going. Just keep wrestling that way.
Mentioned him being an Energizer Bunny. Is that something you're looking for him going into this year compared to last year?
I think that's something that for everybody, that's how you wrestle. You wrestle with energy, you wrestle to score points, and you wrestle in a way that there is no vulnerabilities. I am not vulnerable in any aspect of my game, of my repertoire, or whatever you want to call it. I have no vulnerabilities. I may have weaknesses, but I'm going to work on them. But I have no vulnerabilities because I hustle, I have attitude, and if something goes against me, I get myself back in the match. And something did go against him. He got taken down. And he got back in the match and got a tech fall. Good for him. Let's keep it going. Keep that pace.
What's Buchanan's win against a highly ranked opponent right out of the gates do for him going forward?
We just, we got Stanford coming to town. It's the next test. We're excited. I can speak for our entire roster that they're excited for the next competition, and that's where we're headed. And he's got another opportunity. So go out and entertain, put on a show, entertain.
How important is it to get these good early tests like this?
I think whatever the schedule is, the schedule is. I don't know if you look at, like when you schedule Oregon State, I'm not sure that you're looking at their lineup. When you schedule Stanford, you're not looking at their lineup. A lot of times when you're scheduling non-conference opponents that aren't like yearly traditional or traditionally on the schedule, you're talking to these coaches sometimes years ahead of time to, okay, we can't do it this year or next year, but we'll look down the road. And So it happened that, Stanford got a new coaching staff, and that coaching staff got us to go to Princeton. We got Princeton to come here. Sean Gray's an assistant coach. He's a pretty good energy guy. He follows up, and that's probably why Stanford's coming to the University of Iowa. So it's important that we get ready to go for the next event. That's what's important. It's not so much that we handpicked these teams because we knew where they would be at that moment on the calendar. It's just, hey, there's always challenges and tough challenges in a dual meet, no matter who you wrestle.
Spending as much time with Drake this offseason, you did going to Paris, doing those things. What did you learn about him the most after his NCAA finals appearances?
I think what you saw at Oregon State, it doesn't matter how good the guy is, it doesn't matter how bad the guy is. All that matters is that Drake Ayala goes out and wrestles like he's capable of doing. And when that happens, he is explosive, he is dynamic, he is he's a throttler, he's a hammer, and those are all good synonyms for dominant wrestlers. And so it's not just like, oh, he put in a summer and all of a sudden. I mean, you're talking about a guy that's a pretty good wrestler, since he could probably walk. And he comes from Dirty Dodge. Don't forget that. That's wrestling country up there, where the dirt is black. So that's how I would answer that. I don't think he's always been committed. He's always been disciplined. It's just a matter of going out and wrestling like you're capable of wrestling. And if something happens in the middle of that upsets the apple cart, you don't worry about it. You just, boom, keep going. Awesome place to stop there. Thanks.
Thank you.
All right.